Day 28 with Dorado. I have to apologize for my framing of my camera with the hay string. But I worked on putting the saddle on, and because the hay string obstructed the view, I had to kind of cut it so it was shorter. I worked on putting the saddle on using treats, and then now this is just my Wintech saddle, so it's pretty light, so I was able to take it on and off, on and off. So this will give him a different sensation than the bareback pad. But you can see he's pretty nice. Looks pretty good. But then shortly after that, he, once he picked up the trot, he started bucking pretty good. Unfortunately, I had a malfunction in my camera, so I didn't catch that on film. But it was a good solid minute and a half of bucking pretty hard. So now he's still a little amped up, but he's starting to lick and chew. And now he seems to be fine. But still a little tense. So I'm just making him trot around, change directions, stop. You know, tapping the saddle, making the sounds. And then giving him a rub. Now I got a nice lick and chew. Give him another rub. Working on sending it the stirrup up.
It didn't hurt you.
Now I'm going to ungirth him and take the saddle off. The nice thing about the Wintech is that it's super light, so doesn't kill my shoulders to do this. So it's always the saddle I kind of go to first, and then once I get them okay with this saddle, I'll go to the heavier Western saddle. And then I go and I pop it back on. Seems to be okay with that now. Standing very nicely. Now you'll see I take my hand and I'm preparing him for the girth. So I rub right along where the girth is going to go, so it's not a shock when the girth comes up. I find that's a nice way to prep the horses. Now I've got one ear on me. Yeah, it's really good. Got a nice lick and chew. And just wiggle that saddle a little bit. Send him away again.
You gotta do a lot more work for I get on your butt with the saddle.
And his stop's getting pretty good. As you can see, he gets a little higher headed. It's when he's still a little bit nervous. I'm just going to work on, when I first introduced to putting the foot in the stirrup, I do my knee first so they get used to that contact. Sometimes green horses, when that stirrup and your foot goes in, that can really get them nervous next to their elbow or right in that rib cage. So I like to prep them that way. Now I'm going to use the heavier saddle on him. And this session lasted, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or so. It was a lot of just taking on and off, moving his feet a little bit. Going back and forth. See, he's standing nicely now. He's handling that pretty good. Now, when I send him off, I don't have it completely cinched up because I don't want to give him that kind of shock at first. So I like to kind of ease it a little bit tighter. And give him a rub. Then go and tighten the girth up. And then I'm going to send him forward. That's a nice walk. Again, he's got one ear on me, so that's nice. Really good. Ask for the stop. Change directions. Getting much softer. again, ask for the stop. Now I'm going to work again, moving the saddle. Put just the one foot up. I'm just practicing jumping up and down. I'm not going to swing a leg over anytime soon until I get him a little bit more prepped. Because again, I can get on and ride him bareback, but it's a completely different sensation with the saddle on.
Good boy.
And that was really good.
Good boy. Good boy.
Very good. So now I've just taken him out into the big arena just so he can stretch his legs on the bigger circle. And his lunging is now getting much better. Again, I like to have him in the small pen for when I introduce him to things, just so that helps him not get going too fast. And it always makes sure that I can kind of keep a rope on him and he doesn't get away from me. So once I know I have the control, I can go to the bigger area. We're working on the canter. So when I ask him to canter, I send my hand forward and point. And there I asked him to whoa. It was really good. Send him the other way. It's been really fun to see him coming along with his lunge work. I asked him for the canter, did that really well. I'm also, as soon as I point, I'm giving a kiss sound, so he starts to understand that that means to canter. I just want him to hold it just a little bit longer. He keeps breaking in that same spot, so now I'm going to throw that rope at him a little bit. I want him to hold the canter just a little bit longer. There we go. Then I'll ask for the whoa in a different spot. That was a really good stop. Now, just showing you guys how I untack him, and I've sped it up for, again, time purposes. He's gotten, again, so this is the next day after, and you can see he's getting so much better. Each day he just inches forward in his progression, and so he's getting better and better about washing him off, washing off his back legs. Really good. And then I'm able to get his face, and he's even dropping his face down. Very good boy.